First up, BJP leader and one of the petitioners in this case, Subramanian Swamy, is joining us live. Thanks a lot for your time. I want to begin by asking you, the fact that the Supreme Court has allowed a review of the Places of Worship Act by a 3-judge bench, a lot of these petitions were pending for a long time, but the fact that this is happening now, do you see this as a big moment in this fight against this act?
Well, you know, there are two kinds of petitions. One is which I have filed, and I filed it about a year ago during the corona, has now come up. And then others who had filed it earlier. Now, the difference between me and the others is that I have basically said that the criteria that was used for keeping the Ram Mandir from the application of this act would also apply to Kashi Vishwanath and Mathura.
Okay.
Although 40,000 temples have been demolished during the Muslim period, these can be constructed anywhere. But these three that I mentioned of Ram Mandir, Mathura Mandir of Krishna, and the Kashi Vishwanath temple, they can't be built anywhere else except that place where we by faith believe either Ram was born or Krishna was born or Shiva had planted the Jyotirling. So these three have to be restored. All three were demolished, two of them by Aurangzeb, that is Mathura and Kashi Vishwanath, and the other one was by Babur. So once these three are restored, and the Muslims agree to move their masjids to some other place, I think the remaining part of the 40,000 can be forgotten.
Okay.
That is what we are trying to do from I think this is what the RSS also has said. This is what all the sadhus and sannyasis of our country have said. But somehow some people are hell-bent that this should be for all the temples that have been demolished during the Muslim period.
But those people argue that there is no such act like this anywhere in the world, and you cannot take away the rights to justice or to go to court to relook at a period of history. Overall, the arguments against this act, do you find them strong enough? Because there may be some smaller disputes versus the bigger ones that you're talking about, but shouldn't those locals also have the right to figure out the truth and reclaim those sites?
No, see, the question is whether the temple should be built on the same spot, or and only then it will be a temple, or it can be built somewhere else. As I told you, these three, there is no anywhere else. But the other 39,997 temples, which were demolished during the Muslim period, they can be built elsewhere. Now, it's a question of bringing a closure to this Hindu-Muslim issue.
Okay.
Muslims are no more in majority. There are no Mughals left anywhere. I mean, I can't even trace the future for a later generation of the Muslims emperors. So this is now 80% Hindu country. Should we not call it an end? And I think it would be the proper thing to do to say that the three temples should be rebuilt,
and forget about the rest.
The remaining we will build elsewhere nearby.